Bournemouth. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Because I believe in start padding, and
Holy
sorry,
shit, bro.
yeah, no, because you know what? Let me be honest with you.
I
You
think
can go.
I think team by team would make a lot more sense, isn't it? So we can
Yeah, yeah.
start off with
Like,
like Bournemouth. You know what I mean? Like the first 10 fixtures of Bournemouth.
just look at those first five. Just look at those first five there.
Whew.
Villa, City, Arsenal. Who's that next one after Arsenal?
Arsenal is Liverpool.
Liverpool. Liverpool. Oh man. Yeah, I can't see Bournemouth winning. Oh well, actually, Wolves. Probably at best do a draw against Wolves and maybe a win over Nottingham. But that's going to be a very lean opening few rounds. Oh.
Holy shit, bro! I wouldn't want to be Bournemouth right now. Even
No,
Aston
no.
Villa might be a tough one as well.
Oh, Aston Villa will be too much for them. I think it's just.
Yeah. Then after Aston Villa, you face Manchester City, who has
Oh,
the Terminator, Erling
Erling
Haaland.
Haaland. Oh yeah, he's going to rip through them like a. No, but not swear. He's going to rip through them. Yeah. Yeah, I can't. All right. I'm just going to say that first 5 games at least, at best, they'll get a draw and 4 losses. Otherwise, I think they're going to be 0-5.
Hmm?
What a start to the season.
Patrick, so is Manchester City gonna win against Bournemouth?
Sorry, I went to fix up my face because when I tried to go on camera, I was like, my God, when you just wake up, I was looking to fix up my face before I come on camera. Bournemouth. That's the one I'm looking forward to. Because I believe in start padding, and
Holy
sorry,
shit, bro!
yeah, no. Because you know what? Let me be honest with you. I have a feeling that West Ham will give it all again. West Ham will make it difficult. But I think this time, if Pep is smart, especially with Phillips in the team now, you know what I mean?
Mhm,
I would deploy, because West Ham, what they do is, because they play with 2 defensive mids, right? So they
mhm.
usually dominate using the 2 defensive mids to just follow De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva wherever they go. So this time, I think West Ham are going to have a shocker, but I think they'll give us the more difficult game. Bournemouth, I've been watching them. I know there's this bounce where when somebody comes from down there, but I think if Haaland is fit and Alvarez is in the wing, it will take. Even Mark Noble told his West Ham guys, he jinxed them. He said, Haaland is coming. Good luck. So I don't know if he knew that was the first game. So I just see Bournemouth as where maybe Haaland will start, but unless that defense is more improved, because I think the defense is good for the championship. But don't get me wrong. But I think for the Premier League, I haven't seen them do anything. So I hope we start bad against Bournemouth. But just imagine if I say, "Oh, there's some Bournemouth give us a shocker."
They give you a 1-0. We'll come for you. We'll get Jesse to clip this for us, and we'll come for you.
Yeah. So, but Josh, who is the defender who, like, let's say for instance, you're looking at Haaland, right?
Yeah.
And the guy uses muscle, speed, like fitness. Because I was watching, I believe it or not, I was just watching the Haaland documentary that done by Sky.
Yeah.
Apparently, defenders, they were doing interviews with defenders, which is funny. They were saying the difficult part, even Van Dijk was like, the difficult part, even a big guy like me, that's Van Dijk.
Mhm.
You try to push him away from the ball, you can't. You're like, this kid is younger than me. Why can't I push him off the ball? So it
Yeah.
looks like he's very strong and he's done a lot of gym work. So who in that Bournemouth backline will be able to stand with him when it's toe to toe?
No one. This is the thing. But like, I actually made a bold claim the other day. I think Haaland's going to flop this year, compared to, and not flop in a way where he's going to be terrible. But I think the over expectation for him coming in, I think by that standard that people are putting him on, I think he's not going to be that good this year to start with.
Anton is laughing because every time when somebody makes such a speech, that's when a player dunks on the team.
Yeah.
Imagine you say all this and he just stands for it. Like, the catalog is just bond. And you're right though. I think those I'm looking at 20 goals. I'm not looking at
Holy
not looking at
shit,
this.
bro!
No, it's fair. It's fair.
No,
I
20
think
is doable. Like if he stays
15,
fit,
15 to 20, I think is a
yeah,
good
but
bracket.
but not this 30, 40 people are on about. Where you
No.
which league?
But by the
he
way,
has to
boys,
transition.
just to add a little bit of context as to why I say holy shit, because none of Chelsea's strikers have scored over 10. So as soon as somebody says 20 goals, I'm like, oh my. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I get it. It's a different team, you know.
It is possible when there's a team that creates. Let's say, for instance, De Bruyne also, like De Bruyne, the amount of times he puts the De Bruyne, the amount of time he was putting it for Raheem Jesus on the plate and then they roof it over. Like,
Yeah.
unless Haaland comes in with more confidence, but knowing the guy, he says all he does every day is at home practice how to finish. You know what I mean? He says he practices how to finish, which Harry Kane also does. Like, this is where you should see strikers as a difference, because Harry Kane says he stays after training to practice how to score penalties. I don't know why other players don't do that. Look, to each their own. But if Harry Kane does that and he never misses, why don't other players adopt that, where you stay after training and practice? So imagine, Anthony, all those cakes that De Bruyne was giving Jesus and what's it? Oh, our team. You know, you've seen our team when they start missing. You saw
Bro.
against Madrid, we were supposed to score 8. All they were
Yeah.
doing is missing. They were missing tap-ins. So I don't know. It's just bad if he gels. I think that would be bad for certain teams. Because that would be bad. Because De Bruyne will just know there's Haaland. There you go.
There you
But
go.
if he doesn't gel, I know people are coming after us, including Josh.
He is going to flop hard by expectation. That's not to say he's a bad player. Just looking at him, deceptively quick. He's actually got a good amount of tech about him too. But the only issue I find is probably the his size lets him down a little bit. It's good to bounce off people, but he's not filled into his body fully yet. He's not fully developed, I don't think. So he's had a couple of injury concerns, and you just hope it doesn't happen early in the season. Otherwise, you're back to square one. That's the only thing. The only things I have about him is his transition and his goal scoring.
Yeah, don't forget, George, this time we're smart. We're not going to get back to scare 1-1. We've got Alvarez. So as soon as Haaland gets injured, Delap and Alvarez apparently, even Delap, Delap, the guy who scored the 29, I know it was for the Premier League too. They've decided to keep him. They've refused loans and haven't sold him. So I think what I'm looking at is, I think Pep is going to keep Delap as the second striker, but Alvarez is going to keep him also as a striker, but because Alvarez can play as a winger, as Raheem decided to abandon us and go to the bridge.
Hey.
Right. Yeah, but talking about Bournemouth, like, look at that. I think Bournemouth and Brighton will be a difficult game because Besuma is not there. They sold one of their best defenders. They're about to sell one of their best fullbacks. So I think that will be a good game.
Can you see Bournemouth winning any of the first 10? I can't see that. Maybe one, maybe two, but I think they're going to be maybe 1-9 or 1-8 after the first 10 games there.
Wait, are we going to completely forget what Patrick just said? Raheem just abandoned us.
Yeah, we'll move on to Chelsea. We'll get there.
Raheem didn't abandon you guys. He just chose to come to Chelsea. We'll leave that out. But we'll move on to the next club. We do have Bournemouth shortlisted as